the Full Court Press with Eric Frandsen and Jason Walker.
Welcome back to the to the show that we're doing right now.
Following the local teams, breaking down the biggest games with in-depth analysis and team interview. Join the show by calling into 435-752-1069 or text 435-339-0321. It's the Full Court Press.
Rose, answer, yes! Caught! Touchdown! They did it!
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome on in. It's another edition of the Full Court Press. You're on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, streaming on 1069thefan.com. Also on the 1069 The Fan mobile app. Lots of ways to tune in and be a part of the program, and of course the podcast as well. So we do have people who listen to the show not live and then text in their comments as they think of them, or post their questions as they come to mind whenever you are listening to the podcast. And you can still send us a text and send us a message on the Young Power Sports of Logan text line at any time, 435-339-0321. That's weird. No, that's odd. We should be going over.
You're not on air again, are you? Are you kidding me?
It shows here that we're online. We had some weird things happening with our boards.
I'm looking at 12 texts from the last 2 days of, hey, are you guys back on? Hey, this is so-and-so trying to see if you guys are on air. Hey, we can hear you. Hey, it's back.
Yeah, so for those listening online, I don't know what to tell you, but everything here in studio looks clear. So I know we've had some weird things, but welcome to our life every day.
And it's 9315, who, by the way, has a Twitter account that we don't know. So you're following, by the way. How's that going?
The online stream. Don't know. We'll get our folks on that. Sending a message right now. Some more people trying to listen on the stream. Oh, fun. Okay, so I'm just stalling. Are we on the air? Over the air?
Are we on the air?
Do a roll call. We're on the FM or the AM.
Let's do a roll call. How you listening? Where are you listening from? Why are you listening? Dude,
this whole thing has totally messed up how I wanted to open the show.
I bet it did. Again, I mean, here we go. Like, maybe we should just replay the intro and just, start over. Oh, man. Dude, really? No joke. You guys aren't on the air at all, period. Oh, dude, that's not good. Well, listeners, since we're not on the air, there's some things I want to get off my chest. You're
the
live.
podcast is going, so if nothing else.
Radio is on.
I
can hear you on the radio. Oh, hey.
Thank you.
All right. But then he says, I got nothing else better to do. Hey. Yes, you do. All right. You go to Aggie Ice Cream and get your favorite. I have never been to Aggie Ice Cream. I still need to make that visit. I'm so late on that. I'm so overdue.
So we've notified our technical crew. They're, at least we're over the air on the radio. The podcast is streaming. Thank you, 8968-5590.
Piranhas, are you on
5452.
That's my biggest fan. Need Piranhas.
Yes.
Piranhas needs me.
We're working on that. But let's... I'm just going to keep moving forward.
Yes, you trudge forward like a Satan soldier.
As if everything is copacetic, because we're over the air, and that's where our biggest audience is.
I don't even know if copacetic's a word, but yes, you copacetic on.
Okay, so here's how I wanted to start the show officially today.
Play your intro.
Okay. Special guest in the studio on the Full Court Press this afternoon. Coming in at 5 foot 5 inches tall. I don't even know that's a guess. Storyteller and chief describer of Utah State women's basketball. Lover of moon pies, both chocolate and vanilla. Loser of 12 straight Pick 6 contests. One who claims to have never tried a s'more. purveyor of inside information and strange rumors, longtime fan of Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, recent discoverer of Aggie ice cream despite his several decades of life in Cache Valley, chugger of extra-large sodas larger than his head, and wearer of tracksuits day and night, Ajay Salvesen in the studio for the Full Court Press. Welcome, Ajay. Good to have you in the studio today.
Damn, I wish we were on the I wish we were on the air now, man. Like on the ball. That's so good.
We are on the air right now.
Well, maybe. We don't know. I mean, maybe these guys are just, texting in from their own studio. But
so until you had your comment about Aggie ice cream, like, I know you just discovered that Aggie ice cream was a thing, but apparently you still haven't gone up there and tried it.
No, I'm ashamed of myself. I still need to get up there. Okay, can I Eric, first of all, I'm 5'5.5". Second of all, this is not a tracksuit. It's called comfortable clothing. 3, I am not a Baker Mayfield fan. I have left the Buccaneers and I've moved on.
You were a longtime Buccaneers fan. You communicated that many times over the years.
I am a, watch your language, Tom Brady fan. And 4, did 9315 help you write that intro? Because that's something like 9315 would write.
No, I've just been adding to it as the day has gone on. Like when you came in today, I'm like, oh yes, tracksuits. I gotta put that down.
Tracksuits. I want that intro. I'm copying that. That's good. Oh man, that is so good.
Can you name this song? Do you know where this song comes from?
I mean, I don't know what the Aggie Blue Hell was that, but what is it called? Is that Rocky?
No, this is not Rocky.
Is it Nacho Libre?
No, great movie. Saw that again recently.
I've never seen it. I just thought Nacho Libre. Spanish wrestling. What is that? Is that Jay-Z?
This is Caesar Flickerman's theme.
Who's Caesar Flickerman?
From Hunger Games.
I've never seen it. Because I have better things to do.
Add that to your list.
Dude, no. I mean, you probably watched Twilight and you probably liked it.
Team Jacob.
Oh my gosh, you have so many problems. Oh my heck. Well, thank you for that. Really, really. I thought you were going to start singing, and if you were, I was walking out. I don't care if Mr. Frandsen's listening or not, but I was going to leave. Because there's no way I'm listening to that you sing to me ever. Well, thank you again for welcoming me so awkward. And by the way, all right, I might have soda, but it's diet soda. So you know what? I'm good.
But it's like you always walk in with like this giant mug of soda.
Okay, and
it's
you know
like
what?
Bigger than your face.
Know what?
Which isn't really saying much.
Hold on.
I mean,
shut up, Siri.
It's not. It doesn't take much for a cup of soda to be bigger than your face.
No, you listen here, okay? I'm in tomorrow, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wear a shirt and tie. I'm gonna bring in a bottle of water, all right, flavored, because can't wear tracksuits. Gotta freaking wear slacks and a shirt that's 2 sizes too small, I guess. God, Mr. Frandsen loves me. Why can't you love me?
435-339-0321.
No one's listening. We're not even on air.
What would you add to that intro?
No show
to
online.
Introduce Ajay Salvesen.
Just a national broadcast. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not in my hands.
We don't know.
Notified the proper authorities.
We've notified the police. All right.
But we will carry on. Couple different things we wanted to get to here on the show today.
At some point.
Wearer of tracksuits and purveyor of inside information.
I can tell you who's really excited about this show.
Strange rumors.
Is Donald Duck. As I texted you last night.
Weird. So Mountain West basketball media days are getting underway tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so the Mountain West released their preseason rankings for women's basketball today. We expect the men's basketball released tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to get into like the preseason list ranking for women's basketball. And then we were not asked to give a ballot for men's basketball, but we will share ours anyway for you, our audience. And of course, if you want to share yours as well, we always love to hear it and see it on the Young Power Sports of Logan text line. But so we'll give our thoughts about what we think the preseason Mountain West basketball list will look like. But let's start off with women's basketball. And Ajay, I know this hits a little bit closer to home because you are, as mentioned in that intro, you are a storyteller and chief describer of Utah State women's basketball. So Utah State women's basketball coming in at number 11.
Yeah.
You and both Coach Brooks went to social media to express your shock to see the Aggies ranked so low.
So there's a couple things I'm shocked about. One, the lack of initiative from the Mountain West Conference itself. So usually 3 weeks before media days, all media gets a ballot, both men's and women's basketball. So, beat writers, so on and so forth. I'm kind of surprised Jason Walker didn't get a ballot this year, actually. I understand Sean Harrison did, but...
he had one for men's basketball.
Oh, he did? Jason did? Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, they all get a ballot, right?
I don't know if he had one for women's.
No.
I don't know.
Someone else did. Yeah, someone else did. So for women's basketball, I hadn't seen anything up to yesterday, and I was like, this is weird. Actually, 2 days ago. So I called our SID, Daniel Hansen, who's a phenomenal human being in person, and he's like, yeah, dude, I put in all information, I entered it in, it's all correct, I'm not sure what happened. So then I emailed Hannah Parker of the Mountain West, who's in charge of women's basketball for the media relations side. And the next day I get an email. She goes, oh, I'm sorry for the oversight. So all media of all schools got an email for their ballot except Utah State for women's basketball.
So
somehow
this preseason poll does not reflect any input from those who follow Utah State.
We weren't counted because by the time we turned in our ballots, the ballots were already counted. They were counted 3 days ago. So I guarantee we turned in our ballot. They're like, oh, that's nice, cute. Okay, anyways, we'll just keep the ballots as they are. I guarantee our votes were not accounted for by the Mountain West Conference. That is so ridiculous. Beyond how does 11 schools out of the 12 get a ballot? I mean, I talked to 6 different broadcasters and media people at 6 different schools. All of them had a ballot. Utah State was the only one who did not get one for women's basketball. Shocks the crap out of me. But, I mean, again, that's the Mountain West Conference being petty because Utah State's going to the Pac-12, and I don't know, maybe they just don't like me, too. I don't know. They're usually on the ball, and then they don't even follow up. They didn't, say, hey, by the way, we know, because usually, if someone doesn't turn in a ballot by, say, 2 days before media day, they will email the SID and the media person itself and say, hey, by the way, we have not seen your ballot. It's already due. Can we please get your ballot ASAP? I never got an email from Mountain West Conference. Never saw one. So I honestly, and I'm being dead serious, I thought it was intentional that they didn't send me and the other media guy a ballot for Mountain West Conference women's basketball.
Weird. Very weird.
And then secondly, this poll is just asinine. You're telling me that a McDonald's All-American from USC transfer and a gold medalist in the FIBA tournament, 3-on-3, who, by the way, again, a gold medalist and was the leading scorer in that FIBA tournament, both playing on the same team, is worse than Fresno State, who's got a brand new coach and a brand new team, worse than a team that the Aggies wiped by 18 on their home floor, and is worse than a team with a brand new coach and a brand new team who's now ranked 4th in conference play and somehow has the newcomer player of the year? They don't even know the fetch she is. They don't even know who she is. Grand Canyon's ranked 4th. Why?
Well, Grand Canyon's ranked 7th in this preseason poll.
Oh, sorry, 7th.
But there are 6 different teams that received first place votes.
And by the way, the gap between Nevada, where's Nevada at?
Nevada is number 10.
The gap between Nevada and Utah State was by 41 votes. 41. You're telling me Amanda Levins and that Nevada team's 41 votes better than Utah State?
But I don't know votes, but points.
Oh, points. Sorry, same thing. Votes, points, same thing. That's just crazy. That's just bat crap crazy to me. That is, but again, I think there's some laziness to the Mountain West Conference media people who vote sometimes. I just think they haven't done the research. They look at Utah.
Well, you got 6 teams receiving first place votes. That just tells you that nobody knows.
Yeah.
UNLV receives 19 first place votes.
Why? Okay.
San Diego State receives 3. New Mexico receives 2, but ends up 5th in the standing in the poll. So the order is UNLV 1, San Diego State 2, Colorado State 3. They received the first place vote. Boise State 4. They received the first place vote. New Mexico 5. They received 2 first place votes. Then there's Wyoming at 6. Newcomer Grand Canyon at number 7. They received the first place vote. Then Air Force, Fresno State, Nevada, Utah State, and San Jose State to round it out.
So Boise State is the player of the year, and yet they're voted 4th. I get UNLV, the cream of the crop. I mean, they were that close to having a three-peat in the Mountain West Conference, a three-peat.
And they just extended their coach, right?
Yeah, for another 5 years at 2030. She's not going anywhere unless one certain job opens up in the West Coast. Otherwise, she's here at UNLV, and they're going to run this conference. Grand Canyon lost their coach and their team. They're a dark horse. Nobody knows who they are. And so, it just doesn't make sense that I don't get why New Mexico got a vote. They lost so many people. And like you said, Grand Canyon's 7th and they got a first place vote. Like, did their own announcer vote for them? Should I have voted for Utah State for first place? Is that what I should have done? I mean, my vote wasn't going to count anyways because Mountain West Conference never gave us a ballot, but still, just crazy. I will go on record by saying this, Eric. Utah State will finish better than 9th in the conference.
Better than 9th.
They'll finish better.
If you were to step back and make that as a bold claim, that doesn't sound very good. But when you look at the context of Utah State women's basketball in its recent history, that's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is because 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th. And again, there's a massive points gap between Nevada and Utah State. I think Utah State's better than Nevada, better than Fresno State. I think they split with Wyoming. I think they split with Grand Canyon. They sweep San Jose State. So you're already looking at enough wins that probably get you to 8th at that point. And Air Force, they got Milani Perry, and they got this McNabb girl who's pretty good. I just like the way this Utah State team is built this year. They're better. They're just better. God, it's not even close here. New Mexico is going to be a problem. Boise State's still pretty good. They're still pretty deep, and Gordy Presnell's a great coach. I understand Colorado State at 3 because of Hannah Ronsick, and again, they have a great coach. San Diego State is the returning Mountain West Conference tournament champions, but San Diego State lost a ton of talent. The Sheffy girl, now they got CJ Lotta, formerly of Utah State. They got this Pogniabon girl who's a guard who's really good. I think the only one you can be sure on in this conference that's going to finish where they say they're going to finish is UNLV. They will be the regular season champs again. They are so good and so well coached, and the consistency. They don't lose players, man. They don't. So
UNLV, they kind of stand
cream of the crop
in a tier
of their own.
And of themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then with these other teams receiving votes, are they pretty close together? San Diego State, Boise State, Colorado State, New Mexico?
Yeah, there's a dogfight there. There really is. And again, Colorado State was helped out last year a lot by Hannah's sister, Emma Ronsick, who's a transfer from Creighton, and she was the Big East Player of the Year, then coming to Colorado State for a year. Had a great year, played really, really well. She probably should have been the Player of the Year, honestly. Was not. She finished second to the big gal out of Wyoming, who graduated as well. So I think Colorado State's in that jumbo. Boise State's got Tatum Thompson and Natalie Pascal, who are two great guards. I love what they do, but they lose a lot. They lose Ellie a lot. They lose Abby Muse, their tall gal. They lose Mary Kay Nero, who's the assist all-time program leader. Who's broken all sorts of assist records over there. And I think she set a Mountain West Conference record in assists, too. I got to look that up. I'm pretty sure she did. So they've lost some talent, too. So, yeah, there is a log jam between 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and maybe 5th, depending on what New Mexico looks like. But they lost some talent, too. And I like Bradbury as a coach. I'm just saying, there is no way, no possible doggone way that Utah State is that far down the meter in this conference. No way. Asinine to me. And I think, who is it? Nick Saban, I think he said it best. preseason polls are just a reflection of the season before. That's all they are.
Largely true, yeah.
Now, granted, this men's basketball poll is going to be really interesting coming out tomorrow. I'm really intrigued what that's going to look like because there are some competitive teams in that thing, and not to mention, I know we'll get into this later, but also I think 2 or 3 good players that are going to be contained for Conference Player of the Year. But in women's basketball, there's UNLV, there's a big gap, and there's everybody else. But it's not UNLV, 7 good teams, 8 or 8 good teams, and then big gap in Utah State. No way. No way, no how. Aaliyah Gales will be in contention for Newcomer of the Year. Marina Ossio will be in contention for Player of the Year. That is not an opinion. That is not a thought. That is a flat-out fact.
So those 2 are going to be accompanying Wesley Brooks tomorrow at the Media Days, making the rounds. Jason Walker is there. He is there. You can visit CashValleyDaily.com. He'll be having a live stream throughout the day as coaches and players stop by his table, and he'll have opportunities to visit with them to talk about this poll and to preview the upcoming season. So you felt very confident Utah State no lower than 8th. So what is it about the team that you think gets them there? Because last year there were a lot of high hopes, but those were not met. Is it just more time with Coach Brooks?
Yeah, like let's
what's happened with the recruiting, bringing in these international players, better understanding of what he's really got and what it takes to compete in the Mountain West, or combination of all of the above?
Yeah, so 2 things, because great question. One, people needed to tone down the expectations of last year. That was a brand new coach, brand new staff, and they're behind the 8 ball in recruiting because they got there late, right? And even so, with that, Eric, they were up by 10 on San Diego State, who was the future Mountain West Conference Tournament champions. They're up by 10 on them at our place. We were up by 9 with 4 minutes left at New Mexico until Ilagua gets a technical and flips the game completely. We were up by, I think, 8 on Air Force. We probably should have beat them in the tournament. There were some things that happened there, though. The team was competitive last year, considering being late in recruiting, behind the 8 ball in it, and trying to find out what the Mountain West Conference was. Right? There's a lot of learning there. So 2 things are in his favor this year. One, probably one of the best 1-2 guard duo combos in the Mountain West Conference in Marina and AG. 2, great coaching staff. Coach Anna, who is the head associate coach and the defensive coordinator for this team, is extremely, extremely detailed on the defensive front. I don't know if so Media Day is coming up for women's basketball on Monday, actually this upcoming week. And I mean, sit down with Anna for like 4 minutes and listen to her talk defense. You're going to see why this defense will be immensely improved. She's very detailed. She's very, how would I say, critical. Even like when you watch a defensive possession in practice, you're like, oh, that looks really good. Like she'll come out and she'll be like, this looks like crap. Like we're not doing this, or this, or this. So I love the attention to detail from Coach Anna. 3, I love our depth. Elise Livingston, Jameson Heaton are returners from a year ago. Neither of them are going to start this season. They're both going to be coming off the bench. Like that's how deep they are. And they got a couple of other international gals who I love defensively that are just super aggressive, are physical, and you need to be physical in Division I basketball. I think that's the biggest transition for a lot of these international gals. When I talk to them, is the physicality, and some of them have warmed right up to it. And I think the improvement of like Elise Livingston, by the way, look, Elise isn't starting right now. I think Elise is going to be starting by conference play, not because the other girl played poorly, but because Elise is going to be playing so good. Really excited to see what this women's basketball team is going to do in the course of the season. Eric, I'm telling you, Utah State women's basketball is picked to finish 11th in the preseason pool. Utah State will finish 8th or better at season's end going into the Mountain West Conference tournament on Sunday afternoon. Promise you that.
Going to our Young Power Sports of Logan text line 2409. Tell Ajay women's basketball at Utah State there are no expectations.
That's probably true. Honestly, like, look, there's been a massive letdown, and again, I mean, only so many teams can have a Jennifer Schlott and Devin Christensen, right? Like, just 2 of the most fantastic players you'll ever see.
Well, that's not necessarily. I mean, that maybe come across as a bit of a slight,
but it's not.
But it's not. It's
not.
like There's really nowhere else to go but up.
2409 is exactly right.
So there's no pressure on them.
Yep.
It's not like, hey, we expect this team to be competing for the conference championship. What are they doing? They've struggled the last several years.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's like, yes, it would be great if they perform better. There's an expectation that there should be a more competitive program there, but the expectations are pretty low already. And so there's opportunity for Wes Brooks and his staff to get some things dialed in and get this team playing well.
I know we got to go to breaks here, but I'll say this. Jared Calhoun.
Yeah, we do.
Jared Calhoun is one who likes to downplay the hype, right? And you're going to see that a lot at Media Day. Downplay the hype. Because his team's going to be up there in that preseason poll. And, he's going to downplay it. Wes Brooks has been totally the opposite. In fact, he told his team last night where they're going to finish in the preseason poll. And I can tell a lot of those players were A, shocked, and B, pissed. They were not happy. And so Wes Brooks is going to go in there and he's going to hype it up. So the pressure then falls onto Wes Brooks now. All right, you think your team's going to be this good. You're going to put it out on social media. Back it up. And I think they will. I really, really think they will. And I think they'll be in good shape coming into the 2025-26 season. Can't wait to get going next week.
All right, we got to take a time out here on the Full Court Press. We understand that the online stream is now working.
You're welcome. It took me forever.
And 9315 is trying to give you the credit for that.
Yes, I sure should.
But we need to take a time out. When we come back, our predicted order finish for the men's
I can't wait to hear yours.
In the Mountain West, as men's basketball has their media day tomorrow, women's basketball media day tomorrow as well. But women's basketball released their standings today. We expect men's basketball standings to be released tomorrow. We didn't have ballots. We weren't able to submit them. But this is how we would have filled out our ballots. And love to get your thoughts on that as well. 435-339-0321.
The patio is open. The chips are endless. Drinks on tap. You know it's got to be Cafe Sabor, Cache Valley's best Mexican restaurant, gold winner in the Best of Northern Utah contest. Experience Locals Day every Thursday with a huge burrito, endless chips and soda, only $7.95. That's a complete lunch for just $7.95. Finding any lunch under $10 is nearly impossible. Every Thursday, drinks, chips, and massive burrito, just $7.95. The patio, the sun, the fun at Cafe Sabor in the historic train station on 6th Weston Center in Logan.
When grid failures and severe weather cause power outages, your business might take a hit, or at home, you could lose your refrigerated food storage. Generac Standby Power Solutions help ensure an uninterrupted power supply. Generac is the #1 brand of standby generators. Get yours today from Golden Spike Electric, your trusted source for safety and security. Golden Spike Electric, powering your peace of mind. Online at gscgenerators.com or call 257-3016. They also service other models.
Hi, this is Ashley with LSS Insurance. Are you worried about the high Medicare supplement premiums or wondering what your prescription costs will be next year? There are so many Medicare options and it can feel overwhelming. That's why I'm here to help guide you through every choice. Call LSS Insurance at 752-9493 to talk to a licensed local agent. No pressure, no cost, just clear personal advice you can trust. Don't wait. Changes must be made by December 7th. Call 752-9493 today.
Cold weather is here, which means you'll be using your gas fireplace again. Let Advanced Fireplace and Stove, the 4-time Best of Northern Utah Gold Medal winner, help you get it ready for those cold Cache Valley winters. Schedule a service call with one of their service pros today and receive 20% off if you mention this ad. If you're building a new home, Advanced Fireplace and Stove can design and install a Heat and Glow fireplace. From traditional to modern, Heat and Glow has something for every design and every budget. Find out more at advancedfireplaceandstove.com.
No matter what the conditions, DD Auto and Salvage can get your vehicle up and off your property. Now is the time to plan to make extra cash by calling DD Auto and Salvage and moving that old vehicle. Let them pay you for that junk vehicle. DD Auto and Salvage makes it so easy to get rid of your junker vehicles, paying you the most money possible. If you have metal, DD Auto and Salvage in Logan wants to pay you today. Call 787-1204.
That's 787-1204 today.
See store for details.
It's the Full Court Press, weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Why?
Welcome back to the Full Court Press.
Why?
You're here, and you have to have your.
Why can't you do
your trumpets have to get out and play?
No, why can't you do the cool trumpet music? The one from the that Mets pitcher, Edward Diaz. Yeah, that's a cool one. That fires me up.
That's a pretty cool anthem.
This crap is from the Three Amigos. This is crap. Feels like Martin Short's playing a trumpet right now.
Okay, so Mountain West basketball media days taking place tomorrow, and they've released their preseason poll for women's basketball today.
Westbrooks was quite pleased.
He's not really holding back on the social media in his response.
Okay, so can I ask you just really quickly? Do you like that out of a coach? Like someone who comes out and is like, no, we're not going to finish 11th. No, we're going to be good, and this is why. Like, I kind of like the brashness. I do.
Well, I like the confidence.
Me
and like,
too.
hey, let's go. They're disrespecting us.
I'm okay with this.
Whether it's real or manufactured, I think that's okay.
No,
That's
it's
what
real.
Motivates you and gets your team fired up, then that's good.
I'm telling you right now, like I've been hearing from this guy since last night. It's doggone real. He is not happy, and he is going to make his voice very known. I mean, heck, we could have probably had him on the radio show today. I'm sure he would have spent 15 minutes telling us.
Had a lot of opinions to share.
Yeah, and which is great. Again, but Eric, I love that, man. Because for 5 years, this team, like, okay, I'll even say last year, even though they improved, which is crazy to say after winning only 4 games. But Eric, I love the confidence, man. We're not going to finish 11th. We're going to be better than that, and here's why, and we're going to go out and improve it. And now again, I'm sure Mountain West Twitter teams are like, hey, you see this guy talking up? Like, all right, meet us on the court and let's find out. He's going to have to back it up. Now, he's tweeting it out. He's going to have to back it up on the court and go win some games. But I love the start of this. Like, I mean, and no offense to our previous Coach Ard, but I just, when picked 11th, they're like, well, we got to go out there and win some games. And it was kind of like the same routine, saying over and over again.
I can see why they would pick us that.
Yeah, absolutely. But Wes is, look, last year he understood. Brand new team, behind the recruiting, he understood. This year, totally different. Now, men's basketball, Eric, this might be one of the most anticipated polls in a while because the amount of good teams that are in this conference, including Grand Canyon.
Yeah, so for Utah State, they're sending Jared Calhoun, Mason Foslev, and Carson Templin. Yep. They are the Utah State representatives. And we didn't get a chance to submit our own polls.
Did they at least send one to Did they at least send one to Jason?
Yes, he had one to fill out.
Oh,
and
cool.
He got it
so
done
they actually thought about it
under the deadline.
Nice of them.
So we didn't get a chance to fill out our polls or submit a poll. So we're going to share those with you anyway.
Let's do it.
Since nobody asked, we're going to share it with you anyway. Should we go in reverse order?
So what do you mean, 11 to 1?
12 to 1.
12 to 1. Oh, man, this is going to be weird. Yes. Let's go 12 to 1, Eric.
So we have a new entry this year.
Let's do it.
Number 12, this was probably the easiest thing for me, Air Force.
Yeah. I feel so bad for these guys.
And but everywhere I look, Air Force probably going to end up at number 12.
I got Air Force at 12.
Number 11, I've got Fresno State.
It might be tied for 12th at that point.
Yeah, that's a program that should be better.
And they got
it's a weird situation with their coaching staff,
and they got
with
zero
their
support.
players.
They got zero support.
Yeah, and they had some players that got in trouble with gambling stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a weird deal there. So you're right. Fresno and Air Force, they may be battling for number 12.
Yeah.
Number 10, I've got San Jose State.
Okay.
I like Tim Miles. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's struggled to really get some consistency with his program.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some decent players here and there in the past, but when I look at the lay of the land this year in the Mountain West, I've got the Spartans at number 10.
Too competitive. Yep, I'm with you here.
And then at number 9, Sundance Wicks and the Wyoming Cowboys.
Yeah, Wyoming, man, they just can't recruit. I mean, he's a great coach, and I love his energy, and he's always going to go get one game that he's not supposed to get. But, again, that's only one game.
So, we'll just keep going here, and then I'll tell you a little bit of some philosophy I have in grouping these together. Number 8, I've struggled with this next several teams in the list. So,
sure.
But at number 8, I've got Nevada. I think that Steve Alford probably could coach his team up to be better than that, but they've also kind of consistently disappointed. So I've got Nevada at number 8. They lost some key guys from last year. I don't know that they've really fully replaced them. So I've got Nevada at number 8.
How long does he last there?
I think that his seat is getting warm.
I would say so.
And he needs to do better this year. But it's going to be a different conference next year, and so opportunities to perform better.
Oh, they're going to be on
there.
The table for him. Yeah, silver platter.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Who do you have at number 8?
No, I debated this for a little bit just because of who they lost, but I was actually looking at Colorado State, a new coach, and I love what's his name? Farouk?
Ali Faroukmanesh.
Yeah, I mean, great. Honestly, really, really good coach, but they lost serious talent, including one kid who went to the NBA. That's going to hurt them a lot, and so I'm not sure what the drop off is going to look like with Colorado State.
That's fair. Number 7, I've got UNLV. Josh Pastner's coming in. I know there's a lot of hype with them, but they're UNLV, and they consistently have like a big roster that routinely underperforms. So I think that UNLV might show up higher in some polls because of the hype. But
we do this every year, though.
I don't know.
It's the same dance,
Based
man.
on experience, I've got UNLV at number 7.
They always got the talent, but they never got the competitiveness to be actually go win important games. I've never seen a team underperform like UNLV in this Mountain West Conference, ever.
Do you have them at number 7?
I do.
Number 6, that's where I have Colorado State.
Okay.
While they did have a coaching change and they lost some dynamic guys, Ali Faroukmanesh is coming from within. He's being promoted from within. This isn't a totally new person, new program, new structure, new philosophy. And there are some players on last year's team that are sticking around. So that's why I'm going to give the Rams a little bit of an edge, maybe a little bit higher than you. But I got Colorado State at number 6.
That's absolutely fair enough. And another thing that I looked at when I look at number 6 is two things. One, because I've actually thought about putting Nevada here just simply because of Steve Alford as a coach, and he can somehow get his teams to be competitive. But the other problem I had with this is that I still look at UNLV. They underperform by every expectation, but they still end up in the middle of the pack somehow and are in like a 4 or 5 seed. They end up in that 4 to 6 group every single tournament.
True.
That's why I have them in this spot.
Okay. At number 5, Eric Olin and New Mexico.
That's a good pick. That's a great pick.
I know that that's a New Mexico team that's totally new, but Eric Olin proved that he could come into some no-name school that people didn't even realize that there was a third college in San Diego. and made them very dangerous. And he brought some guys with him, and he's trying to remake some things there at New Mexico. It may be a little bit rough in his early going, but I think he's a solid enough coach that they can be very dangerous in the Mountain West.
Who lasts longer at New Mexico, Eric Olin or Jason Eck?
Good question.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, they might get both poached in the same season. No, look, I love what New Mexico is going to be doing here. And honestly, like if we didn't get Calhoun or if Calhoun left, that's the guy I wanted. I wanted Eric Olin. I don't care how long he would have lasted. He would have been a great coach at Utah State. So, yeah, I'll join you there on that pick with New Mexico.
Number 4, I've got Grand Canyon. The newcomers to the Mountain West.
Interesting.
They had a great run in the WAC conference tournament team. I think a very solid coach. So I've got Grand Canyon as the newcomers into the Mountain West coming in at number 4.
So I'm gonna jump the bridge just a little bit here. Look, Leon Rice is a good coach from November to February, and then March just goes to heck. I don't know how he does it every year. Now, granted, they were in the conference championship a year ago, I believe. Ended up losing to Colorado. Colorado State, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken. So he has those like one-offs, but this one isn't one of them. And I think this is how they lost, including Degenhart. I think they fall here, and I think they're jumping 4th.
So I've got Boise State at number 3.
Okay.
They still have some really good players. They got a really good transfer that's come in. I think Boise State will still be a pretty tough team. They're not as good as they were. So like a few years ago, you can make a very strong argument that they could be number 1 or number 2. But I can't do that this year. But I still put them in the top 3. I'm putting them at number 3.
I'm going to put Grand Canyon number 3 because no one knows who they actually are. And I think that they're home building, and I just think that them being a newcomer in, color me as a conspiracy theorist all you want, but I think the Mountain West Conference wants to see Grand Canyon wreck a couple future Pac-12 teams' dreams. I think Grand Canyon's going to end up finishing number 3.
Number 2, Utah State.
Okay.
I like the Aggies. I like what Coach Jared Calhoun is doing. I think Utah State is a little bit more structured to be better than Boise or better than Grand Canyon.
Sure.
With some of their new additions coming in addition to outstanding players coming back, arguably the conference preseason player of the year. with Mason Falslev. So I've got Utah State at number 2.
I've got San Diego State at number 2 for the simple reason that they don't have Mason Falslev. Miles Bird's a great player, but Miles Bird's not a Mason Falslev. The returns they got coming back and how deep, and I mean deep, that this bench is for Utah State and the talent, like you're going to have guys fighting over minutes. Freshmen, Eric. Freshmen fighting over minutes. And then you got to tell a couple kids who probably could start or be 6th, 7th men off the bench to say, hey, you're going to have to actually redshirt this year because we just don't have enough room. That's the sign of a good basketball team to me. That's the sign of an old Brian Dutcher team from 2018-19. I like San Diego State in the 2 spot.
Interesting. And so based on process of elimination, I've got San Diego State as number 1. I just think with Magoon-Guath and Miles Bird, I think they've got a solid foundation returning in addition to some new players coming in. And it's just hard to vote against Coach Dutcher with his experience and what he's been able to do with that program. Consistency. They are testing themselves at the highest levels. I mean, they played UCLA in their exhibition game. So I've got San Diego State number 1. And I don't know if there'll be a unanimous selection tomorrow, but I would imagine most of the votes will go their way.
Yeah, I could see that. Magoon-Guath's got to stay healthy. I mean, if he can stay healthy, then yeah, they're going to be competitive. Guy has at least one bad injury a year. So if he can stay healthy, yeah, they'll be competitive, but that's if they can stay healthy. You talk about a lot of the reasons that you mentioned, I feel like are the same reasons that Utah State could finish 1, right? Deep bench, good players, returners. Can Calhoun test his team? Probably. Did he get the opportunity? No, because BYU didn't want to play these guys. Utah didn't want to play these guys. Other teams don't want to come to the Spectrum and play these guys. Calhoun could go out on the road and play these guys. But, I mean, a lot of teams just don't want to play Utah State for some reason. And so here we are.
That's a common problem across a lot of mid-major, high mid-major programs.
Absolutely is. And I think Utah State would love to play UCLA. I mean, they really would, I bet you. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. And so, I mean, look, if Magoon-Guath can stay healthy, I think he'll be competitive, but I still like Utah State absolutely as a number 1.
Okay, so that's our thoughts on the Mountain West preseason poll. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. 435-339-0321. When we come back, some additional thoughts on that, your reactions as well on the Young Power Sports of Logan text line.
Hey, this is Jarek with Jarek's Fine Jewelry. This October marks our 17th year anniversary.
So to celebrate, we want to treat you to an anniversary date. Make it a date night on us. Come engagement ring or anniversary ring shopping at Jarek's Fine Jewelry. We have thousands of designs to choose from, including the newest custom designs. With no strings attached and no purchase necessary,
we will buy you dinner at Sweeto Burrito the entire month of October. Come engagement ring or anniversary ring shopping, and date night is on us. Make it special, make it Jarek's.
For 80 years, West Motor Company has been helping Cache Valley drive home in a vehicle they love. And around here, people know Ford and Ram cost less in Preston. Right now, you could save over $10,000 off a brand new Ram heavy-duty Bighorn, or over $12,000 off Dodge Charger RT, and over $5,000 off Jeep Grand Cherokee. Say it with me. Ford and Ram cost less in Preston. Always have, always will. West Motor Company, 80 years strong and still driven to serve you.
You can feel it in the air. Mornings are cooler. Leaves have changed and are falling. And your fall recipes are calling. The Old Grist Mill has you covered. Crisp fall mornings, football games, or family gatherings. You're guaranteed to love the one-of-a-kind breads like zucchini, pumpkin chocolate chip, and pumpkin spice. Muffins for every taste. Apple, cranberry, almond, blueberry, and more. Plus that famous lunch special. Fresh baked bread piled high with your favorite meats and veggies, cookie, chips, and a drink. The Old Grist Mill, now in South Logan, Logan and Smithfield. The Old Grist Mill, here for you.
Cache Valley Daily and Schreiber Foods are pleased to present this year's Halloween home tour. Follow the interactive map on CacheValleyDaily.com to find the coolest haunts in town. Glowing pumpkins, spooky skeletons, and eerie surprises. If your home is decked out for the season, don't miss your chance to be featured. Submit your home at CacheValleyDaily.com. Schreiber Foods is giving away prize baskets to 3 random homes. Happy Halloween from Cache Valley Daily and Schreiber Foods.
Breaking down the biggest games with in-depth analysis and team interviews. It's the Full Court Press with Eric Frandsen and Jason Walker.
Young Power Sports in Logan is ready for winter fun, and they're hosting a fun event coming up on Friday. It's a free avalanche safety class from 3 to 5. Learn from the experts on how to stay safe. Also, on Friday, you can enjoy up to 50% off on all climb gear, jackets, bibs, gloves, helmets, everything you need to ride warm and safe in style. Plus, all used snowmobiles are up to $1,000 off one day only. That's this Friday at Young Power Sports Logan. Your ride starts here. And they sponsor our text line, 435-339-0321. Let's hit some of those texts here real quick. 5452. What? Ajay is on and the stream was down for half an hour.
Nice job, Eric.
I think that's a coincidence.
Way to flip and go.
I think Ajay had something to do with that.
Yeah.
5242. Ajay, if the Jazz win tonight, I'll buy you ice cream. If they lose, you buy me ice cream.
Hey, that's a deal. I'm serious. Yeah. Let's do it.
Aggie ice cream.
Aggie ice cream. A date night. Yes.
Jazz are 9.5-point dogs tonight.
As they should be.
Also, when does Gonzaga come to the Spectrum? That'll be next year.
26-27.
Yeah, when they will be part of the
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
That is going to be some fun. All that conference is going to be brutal.
9315 with a number of texts coming through.
I love your Twitter account.
Thanks, Ajay. All fixed on the app and anyone else that helped. Also, I hold out hope that they will do amazing in women's basketball until they start the season and they prove they can't compete. I believe they will be great. Being overhyped and not meeting the hype in sports is no fun, and way worse than no hype and not performing. The trumpet numb music was Eric with all the hype of the best USU janitor making a legendary stop on the full court press. I forgot about the janitor thing.
Why did you say that in like a long run-on sentence, Eric?
Should have included that. And then all I can say is Ajay knows Mountain West basketball. He appears to have the confidence in this correct list. And then 6543. Do you think the preseason schedule is going to be tough enough to battle test this team for the conference schedule?
Great question. Oh, wonderful question, 6543. No, not at all.
It's okay.
But the experience of the team, I think, will be battle testing enough.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's not bad. It's not horrible. It's not a cakewalk, but it's not great.
Wait. Did you say it's not bad?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad non-conference schedule.
I think it's horrible.
Look, you still have to travel. You got VCU in there. You got some P5 opportunities. No, you don't.
I was going to say.
You got an MTE with some interesting programs that are involved.
There's nobody good in that MTE. You're wasting time and money on that. But Memphis is what your glowing hope is, right? Memphis on February 14th.
That is huge.
That's a big one, right? VCU could be good, and unfortunately Ryan Odom left and took some players with him, so that's kind of an issue. I don't know what VCU is going to look like in Dallas, Texas come, in like 2 or 3 weeks, I think, is when they play. Actually, November 7th, I believe, is when they play. Same night as the season opener for women's basketball. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot better schedules than this, and it's not Calhoun's fault. Teams just say no to Utah State constantly.
And I've heard from so many, I've seen clips and listened to clips and read clips from so many different coaches around college basketball just lamenting just how hard it is to build their non-conference schedules anymore.
Yep.
So looking at our preseason poll for the Mountain West men's basketball, so I had a couple of tiers on my list.
Okay.
So the first three, San Diego State, Utah State, Boise State. Any one of those three, I believe, are legit title contenders for the conference.
Okay.
Grand Canyon, New Mexico, Colorado State, UNLV, Nevada. I've grouped them all together.
Interesting.
And that's another tier. That those will be good. They'll be challenging, but just not good enough to be a title contender.
You have Nevada on that list, huh?
I do.
Interesting. Okay.
And then I've got Wyoming, San Jose State, Fresno.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Can we try to maybe have a game here and there, but just don't lose by 20 every night?
Yeah. Can you?
And then Air Force is in a tier all in themselves.
You're not even here. Yeah.
Thanks for participating. Thanks for giving us a win. Two automatic wins.
Thanks for another bye week.
Yeah.
Interesting you put Nevada in that list, in that group, that tier, because Steve Alford can coach. There's no doubt about that. But it's just they just fall flat on their face in the most random games that you just don't expect to see coming. And not to mention, Steve Alford's always got something to complain about, too. My question is which one comes out actually on the better side, UNLV or Nevada? Because I feel like they're both in the same group right now. Really good team. I mean, really good talent. Just the whole team chemistry thing on the court doesn't look really good at all. And that's why they lose some of these games that are just head scratchers. And I think both these teams are going to lose games that make no sense and maybe win a game that makes no sense at all.
Well, I think another way to classify that group is on any given night, they can beat you. Yeah. On any given night, they can look bad.
Okay.
Grand Canyon might be a slight difference there. I think they kind of stand a little bit apart from those, but close.
Hey, let me ask you, Mason Falsa, Player of the Year, yes or no?
I think he's going to get a lot of votes. I would project that he should be the preseason player of the year.
Okay.
Magoon Gwath will be in the mix.
Yeah.
It'll come down to those two guys.
Coach of the year is
for
who?
What Mason does in so many different aspects of the game. That's why I believe he should receive it. Magoon is a dynamic player himself, but I just think how Mason affects the game in so many different ways that's why he should be.
Do they have a preseason coach of the year? They don't, do they? I cannot remember all of a sudden.
I don't remember if they do preseason coach.
So how many Aggies make the All Mountain West Conference team?
Well, do they pull a big, was it the Big 12? And they had like 10 players on the first team?
Yeah.
I don't think the Mountain West will do that. But for the first team, I think Utah State has one. Mason Falsa is a first-team all-conference guy.
I don't think Drake's there. Carson's not there as a bench guy either. Yeah, I guess he's just Mason. That's a good point. Now, after the year, I'm giving you a crystal ball. Go ahead.
Well, can you hold that thought?
We got a break.
Because we got to take a timeout here on the Full Court
Press.
Press.
Went by so fast.
So we'll take a quick one. We'll be right back on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan.
So fast.
Hi, this is Brooke Stevenson.
Ty Smith.
And David Castor with Adams Wealth Advisors. We're truly honored to be named Best of Northern Utah Gold winner for the Best Financial Planner. This community means everything to us, and we're grateful for every customer who made this possible. Thank you for your trust.
Advisory services offered through Adams Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. For important disclosures and more information, visit adamswealthadvisors.com. That's adamswealthadvisors.com.
This is Jordan with Primrose Home Care and Hospice. When it comes to home care, it's important for you to know you do have a choice. If you or a loved one is in need of home care services, remember Primrose Home Care and Hospice believes in treating the patient, not the problem. We work directly with you and your doctor to create a health plan that's catered to your needs. Our team is devoted to providing options in the freedom and safety of your own home. Call for a free home safety evaluation, 787-1369, and visit primrosecare.com. Primrose Home Care and Hospice. We're your home team.
Old McDarrell has a farm, an appliance farm.
With down-home country prices and big city selection.
E-I-E-I-O. When you're looking for a friendly spot to drive a little and save a lot, hey, Old McDarrell has a farm, an appliance farm. No overhead, but lots of country charm. See Darrell's Appliance in beautiful downtown Benson.
Northern Utah and Southern Idaho's home for sports. It's the Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan.
Keep your car running at its best with the help from Napa Auto Parts. You can get Napa Legend or Napa AAA batteries, and they'll test yours, make sure if it needs to be replaced or not. And if it does, they can help replace it right there on the spot. Locally owned Napa Auto Parts locations from Preston to Providence. Talking Utah State and the Mountain West men's basketball. The poll will come out tomorrow. Jason Walker is in Las Vegas. He'll be there all day interviewing players and coaches. Live stream of that will be on CashValleyDaily.com. You had a thought going to break.
Yeah.
You remember what it was?
Oh, yeah. End of the year. How accurate do you think this is?
Oh, it's never that close.
No.
I mean, those teams in the middle, I think, could be greatly changed and different. But that's what's kind of hard for me this year in the Mountain West, because we have new coaches at New Mexico and Colorado State. We've got new players and basically a new team in Nevada. Grand Canyon is a new entry. So there's a lot of things that we just don't know. Like, how is this going to actually work and play out?
No, I agree.
Real quickly, I just want to give you some other ideas, other thoughts out there from a couple different sites that are projecting the Mountain West.
Let's hear it.
So Evan Mia. So these are a couple different statistical sites and what they're thinking about Mountain West teams. Evan Mia, rankings of Mountain West teams. And I'll just go 1 through 12. San Diego State, Utah State, Boise State, Grand Canyon, New Mexico, Nevada, UNLV, Colorado State, Wyoming, San Jose, Fresno, and Air Force. Bartorvik, San Diego State, Boise State, Utah State, Grand Canyon, UNLV, Colorado State, New Mexico, Nevada, Wyoming, San Jose, Fresno, Air Force.
Okay.
And Ken Palm, San Diego State, Utah State, Boise State, Colorado State, Grand Canyon, Nevada, New Mexico, UNLV, Wyoming, San Jose, Fresno, Air Force.
That's not far off your list. Holy cow.
So the bottom four were consistent.
A lot of respect for Grand Canyon.
But Grand Canyon in the top four in most of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, love to continue to get your thoughts on that on the Young Power Sports of Logan text line. Well, we've got some texts coming in. We'll get to those on the other side of the timeout. And after we hear from Dan Patrick, we'll also get into more of Utah State and New Mexico. I got a chance to catch up with some position coaches after practice yesterday. We'll hear from Jan Jorgensen and Kirk Garner as Utah State previews and gets ready for New Mexico. We'll also hear from their head coach, Jason Eck, as it's a big game for their fans down there. His thoughts about the matchups coming up next hour here in the Full Court Press. Stick around.
Dead cap hit just to move on. That's painful. But give Wilson credit. He never made it messy. He stayed composed, said the right things, kept it professional. That's why yesterday's public response turned heads after reports surfaced that Sean Payton wanted to face Wilson last weekend rather than rookie Jackson Dart because he thought it would make it easier on Denver. Say what you want about Wilson's play, but he's always handled himself with class. This, though, feels out of character, and maybe that's the point. Maybe now we're seeing just how fractured that Denver relationship really was. Because when the full story eventually comes out, something says the $85 million breakup might not even be the juiciest part. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise.
When it comes to